Hi. I've had a couple of fairly long journals come through, so get you a cup of coffee or tea. I make no apologies. It is what it is. The one Serpent Day was really a special one. This is the second one of that day, which is September 8th, 2010, Mayan Day, One Serpent, the first day of the new Trecina. Why are the dark ones dark? Could this be? Let's see, and this was 8:38 a.m. I wrote it. I would not normally be journaling at this time. I would be outside having barefoot coffee with the sun and the earth, enjoying that. On those rainy, cloudy days, though, well, here I am. I want to look again to see what is this difference I sense since yesterday, to see if I can put a finger on that, to make it come in clearer. Sometimes such a thing works. Most often it doesn't, though, and I know this. It's such a sacred sense, though, that difference. I feel the chi moving through this body pretty strongly. It's humming and vibrating. I don't know if that's got anything to do with it, though. There's no way of knowing such things, not at this level of 3D and DNA connection, anyway. Well, okay. I'm sure I'm here in 4D or higher even a lot of the time, but I'm still a 3D being with you and with all life that is here. We're all doing this, tripping through the dimensions. It's interesting. Being nothing or being empty gives you the whole cosmos as your playground in a way. You are that, whatever that is, and you know it. You can ride in on the knowing to have experience. Experience follows sight. You know, this is such a subtle sense, this difference, but profound somehow, in a way not identifiable, maybe, by me. I don't know. I'm just looking, seeing what is to see, being open. One never knows what understanding may arise or arrive when one is open, putting no barriers up to that. Mind wants to come in, of course, and say, well, I know what it is. You unified all your lifetimes, and so, of course, you're experiencing the feeling of that. I don't listen to mind. Mind has its perspective on things, and I let it have that. I neither trust nor believe it. One thing it isn't, and that is sacred or of sufficient depth to satisfy heart. Mine rides on the surface of things. It's no guide for this stuff. So don't believe your mind either when it thinks it knows. It really doesn't. What it knows is so limited, you'll never get there that way. So I back into heart and let the heart's sensing tell me what it will. I listen to heart to discover what's happening here. Heart knows. Will heart share or not? Well, that depends on many things, I guess. Timing is one of them, I've discovered. Everything is timed quite perfectly. But we don't have the higher access to view the cosmic plan just yet, so we must walk in a certain amount of trust here below. That's just part of the play of it, of the pageant, of the fun. This timing is huge, too. It's not just about your life or mind. It's not personal like that. It involves all of life in the show. Your whole life isn't really personal, whether you are aware of this or not. You're not living just for you. with you or as you. Do you know that? Your heart knows. Sometimes the things you're going through, the burdens you're bearing even, are not at all your own. At this level, 3D, you can't know that. It would ruin the play anyway. At a far greater level of mastery, I suppose one could know and still go on with the show of the play. Maybe and maybe not. Telepathy and our interconnection is very real. Even inner knowings sometimes cannot be hidden. I don't know. Do remember, though, if you've read or listened to the journal with the story of the bum and the rich businessman, I'll link to it here. Look how that played out and realize that the drunken bum on the corner or the supposed idiot in the institution could be the greatest lights on earth. We've got to open our heart vision. Remember, and keep remembering, that everything in this world is rather backwards. It's a reflection of something divine, I'm convinced. It's not quite that, but a reflection of that. We're not this on this level at all. We enter into it, play our parts, but we're not that. And that is funny in itself in another sense. I am that. Every that there is, that I am. So are you, so are all is one. So these seeming opposites can be true, and at the same time, they're not opposites at all, just the two sides of the same coin. So are your dark embodiments, where you walk the other side, where I do. Not opposites and not wrong, they just are. Nothing bad there, just an isness. It is what it is. That's the ultimate rescuer. It just is what it is. And that's enough. We either know things or we don't. It doesn't matter, though. It changes nothing. It just is what it is. Best make peace with that. That's what I've found. With the mere isness of things. Make your peace. You'll find it to be beautiful. You really will. You see, the dark is not dark, not as we've known it, as we've been taught. It's a necessary, quite woven in part of creation. It has a beauty all its own, too. Oh dear. Well, okay. I'm going to go out there with you. I don't know if I've ever written of this, but knowing me, maybe. Realize, or at least open to the possibility, that the dark ones are really great light ones in disguise. In a disguise they forgot they put on so long ago. It was necessary to forget anyway. You must be in heart for this, and at least somewhat disidentified from your physicality, your matter appearance there, or you won't get it. It will be too threatening. So, okay, now let's look at this again. Remember, please, first, the story of the bum and the businessman. If you've not read or watched that journal, I'll give you the link over to Scribed and that journal. Actually, I'll post both links so you can choose the written or the video version. See how, though he was but a drunken street corner bum in this life, he was really a very great light, a greater one even than his upstanding friend, the wealthy businessman. Then come back to this. Or just take that little synopsis. That gives you the point. Now, get a larger sense of the span of cosmic history, the vastness of that. It's amazing. You may have had 1,000,000 or 10,000,000 lifetimes or more, yet that's nothing to the span of the eternal infinity. It's truly vast. Are you there? Okay, now let's look at things from this much larger perspective. Let's be open and take a look. Once there was no material creation. There were beings galore in the higher realms of existence. The wide family of love, sharing love, God loving God, divine relationship. There was that. But that went on in realms of light, not 3D. Then there came the material creation.